Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing the March YouTube hop with the design team from A Cherry on Top. And the theme for the month is it like keep it simple, very simple, something like that. So this is my interpretation for it. So what we are doing though is playing with a new toy or a new tool to me. I had in the beginning of 2024 finally upgraded my manual die cut to one of the Spellbinder ones. And I had used the Cutter Bug for years. 4 years. And when I got this in January of last year, night and day, game changer. Now I love all metal dies. It is so easy to work with. And so I knew once I had this that I wanted to get more tools for it. And I knew that this one has been on my list. However, this is a hot commodity because at A Cherry on Top, it comes in and then it sells out and then it goes away for a while until they order more. And then it comes in and sells out until they order more all the time, right? And so I've always missed it. But now I have it. So this is supposed to be used right along with this into the machine. So it is the plate itself. And on my last haul, I know I showed it. Let me just get it out real quick. And all the things. Oh, so it does come in paper already. Okay. And it comes with tape and it comes with an ink. Yes. Okay. And it comes with a plate already. Why am I like being so surprised? Okay. So I got more paper on my last haul, and I got a few other plates on my last haul. So we are, one, going to learn how to use this machine. B, we're going to use each of these plates, okay? And then C, we're probably going to make very elegant, very simple greeting cards with each of the images because it'll be my first time playing with it. I have no idea what we're really doing. So it's a little bit of first impressions, how to let me see, and hopefully answer your questions. And I do know as of today, I am filming this on February 27th. This is in stock at A Cherry on Top. So I will leave it linked down below for you in case what you see after all of this is intriguing to you. So let me take it out real quick. Okay, so the kit includes a little bit of probably washi tape to hold it in place. One BetterPress black ink. We have a little bit of two colored cardstock, so white and like a tone gray. It comes with obviously the plates that we need, instructions, and actually a sample plate is included. Okay, and then all of this is included. Okay, and this is like a magnet, so this is good. So overall, I probably know that it's just putting the plate, probably inking it up if we want it embossed and imprinted, putting the cardstock layer, putting that underneath between the plates, and then running it through here. That is basic, but let me take a moment or two to read the instructions. I'll be right back. And like I said, we will make a few of these. And I'll be honest, I'll probably just use the white cardstock, not the gray tonal one. And we'll make a bunch of these, like I said, and keep it real simple and make some elegant cards with just being like these decorative florals as obviously the main attraction to said card. And then this one is just a lot of foliage. And we'll use that one too, because that one at least has some sentiments that we could use. So I'll probably use those sentiments on all of them. So that is the game plan. We're learning to use a new tool. We're going to make some sweet, elegant cards, and let's get started. Okay, so overall, you put these shim plates underneath the magnet plate, and the plates are obviously magnetized to not move at all, which helps in that whole decision and placement, because if you line them up in the center, it'll be in the center. The tape that comes with it is actually quite mighty, and I did switch to using washi because it sort of ripped the paper after I did this one. But this worked out really well, and just kind of pressing the ink into the plate, sandwiching it all together and running it through your manual die cutting machine. Easy peasy. I did it twice. Oh. Wow. This is so pretty. This is so pretty. Wow. Okay. You guys, this is so pretty. It's so beautiful. And it's like etched. And the details. And even the sentiment, it's just perfect. My goodness. Okay. That was the first one. It's so nice. Okay. So now, I'm wondering. I wish this one came with the die to cut it out. Because then you can always have like cool backgrounds. I don't have the die. Actually, not all of them come with dies. All right, let's see. Okay, so then I just continue on. Like, I was definitely impressed with the first one, and I was like, it's just going to get better and better. So here I am getting one of the plates that I had purchased from a cherry on top. So this is just another floral. The first one I did came with the set itself, and this one was one that I purchased, earlier last month with hopes of using my BetterPress machine. And this one too came out amazing. The I got used to kind of like dabbing it or daubing it onto the plate, but I was also kind of like rubbing it in as well. I don't recommend rubbing it in because that foam piece that holds the ink kind of gets almost like pilly on it. So definitely tap and press into your plates. That would be the one tip I have too. And that one turned out just as beautiful. Like, look at that. So pretty. So pretty. And so I had a thought that I'm like, okay, I have this ink. This is me like already thinking out loud. I was like, I wonder if it works with all inks. I was like, I have my oxides. I'm like, I have Catherine Pooler. I'm wondering if it would work with it. And it does. So I was like, let me see what I can do. I was like, because I definitely can get those color differentiations with the flower and then with the leaf one as well. So I was like, let me do the leaf one first. So I went in with like about 3 different colors of green tones and just smushed and smashed them onto it. What I will say, I learned the hard way. This was me trying to like do the embossing and die cut it at the same time. Do not do that. This did not work. It kind of, not to say ruined my cover plate, but it kind of did because it's not meant for die cutting. So word to the wise, I'm showing you because I went through it. I did it and just emboss first and then go in with your die cutting plates and do it next because it didn't cut through at all. And like I said, I made a little bit of a mess, an etching, and I was like, oh my god, I shouldn't have done that. I was like, okay, Ty, let me just run it through and emboss them. Okay, we embossed them. And now let me get my cutting plates and die cut them out. Silly, silly me, but I thought I can do both at the same time. I don't know why I thought that, but here you go. Beginner error. So it happens to the best of us. And now for this one too. So I thought, I was like, oh, let me ink them separately. So I did that. But let me just say, if you get this one, even though it is 2 separate ones, you can ink them separate, but emboss them through the machine together. And they do sort of fit with a little bit of the way it's cut. Like it does fit happily. So once again, this is user error. I'm just trying to show you my errors as well with this, is that I did it with the green only and I did the sentiment in blue and I was like, okay, perfect. But the thing is though, I should have left the plate where it is right now and then placed the topper. See, so once I took it off and I was rubbing it, I was like, oh, how am I going to get the placement for it? Let me see if I can line it up and just plunk it down with it there. Yeah, that didn't work. So this was me keeping, like, once again, the footage in there because learn from my mistakes. So I thought like, oh, well, since I lined it up and held it upside down and then just let it fall to the metal plate, the, magnetic plate, it would be fine. It's slightly off. I mean, it's still good. I do just cut this one out. You'll see later on. And I'll use it as an ephemera, but you can see it overlapped and didn't line up. So I was like, what did I do different? I'm sitting there pondering. I'm sitting there thinking, and I'm like, how do I fix this? So then I'm looking at it, and I'm like, let me ink this one up first. Let me just do the green. Let me put it down. Okay, let me ink up the second one. Let me put all the color on it. Let me do some color variation. And doesn't this? And then right there, I'm like, oh, there's a divot. Oh, it lines up. Oh, that's how it works. That's how it works, guys. That's when I had my aha moment. I was like, oh, there's a little notch. It can go in side by side so you don't have to go through this. And I was like, oh, we're in business now. Oh, there we go. Oh, beautiful. So yes, that was the learning curve on this one. I will say they all cleaned up rather nicely. So I had them sitting on the side, or to the top of my screen there. Even the ones with archival and even the ones with the oxide inks. Like I knew the oxide ink ones would come off with water, but the other ones did come off just as easily. So they didn't like get stained in any sort of way. So that's what's also good about playing with them, because I just kind of kept on going with like my project here. Like I did this and I did that, came back to it, and kept the train moving for my little creative hour that I had for this project. So it was going really, really, really well. So then I did all of the cutting out of the leaves, and I honestly, in the end, like they'll just stay as ephemera on my desk to add to a project real soon. I just couldn't think of a sentiment and a card with an arrangement. Like I could have put just one leaf and a sentiment. But for me, having leaves, it's kind of like a go-to like die cut for me. You know what I mean? Like anytime I have a flower, I'll always add a leaf behind it. So these will just stay on my desk. Like they turned out so pretty. So pretty. Okay, so here I am with them. Now, as a black and white card, I could have left them just as is. They are beautiful, just as this etched beautifulness of details and everything else. I could have left them as is. But your girl can't. So I have a cup of watercolor pencils. They're from like Durvent. I always say that wrong. There is like a 12 pack that I know I purchased at a Cherry on Top. So these are like watercolor activated pencils, and so I just have like the pack of 12, and so I just usually like a purple, a green, a blue, and doing some scribbles and activating it with water brushes. It's fairly simple, really easy, and then I'm also going in, these are the Neo crayons, so again a crayon that's activated with water to become watercolor-esque. These were, I don't know why I thought about using them, because you know why too? I don't have like the Ranger set of watercolor pencils, so these were the next best thing, and they worked out beautifully. So then for this one, I was like, I could do the same colors, like that corally pink and some of the yellow and orange, but I made all of these the 4 shades of purple I happen to have. Because I know a couple of times there's a local art store that has since closed. They had these as open stock, so I was able to just get colors that I wanted, and I must have picked up like a variety of purples at one point. And so I just used each of the purples. So I'm just doing a light coating, little scribble. That's how they work, and then water them up, and voila, beautiful. So really, really cute. So then to take these cards a step further, I have this like paper piercer that's like a little rolly wheel. I was just trying to show you. I had purchased this at a Cherry on Top maybe 2 hauls ago, and so it just kind of perforates better paper so that you can stitch on your paper. But the heavy weight of this cardstock is really, really thick, so it didn't pierce it all the way. It was just able to give me like almost like guide holes so that I can do a cross stitch on top. Is it a cross stitch? Chain link stitch. That's what I did. So I did purple on one and like a corally pink on the other, and did that just for the perimeter, and it added just a little something added to these card fronts, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I'm so happy with these cards. Okay, so I just finished up all of that stitching around this one as well, and I have a few card fronts that fit perfectly, and they will be all complete. And so that one will go, okay, opening. So cute, simple, elegant, and very, very lovely. And this one, I feel like I just want to leave it as so. Like I just think that alone is so classic. So I am very impressed with these plates and products. For the one that I messed up, I just kind of simply cut it out. I'll use the X-Acto knife and get some more of the negative space out, but that'll just be like a die cut for something, and hopefully that won't be noticed, but I just wanted to keep that. And then I have the leaves still to use, so I'll just leave them on my desk. Like I can always use a leaf or so these are just perfect. So I'll keep these as just ephemera, ready to go. I have 3 elegant note cards. They're really pretty. I'm very impressed with the overall use of the Better Plate. So, right, is it called BetterPress? BetterPress Plate. Very cool. So thank you so much for joining me. I will leave everything I used linked down below. I will also leave the link of everyone else on the hop down below. The whole goal of the hop is for you to have a chance to win a $25 a cherry on top gift card. If you leave a comment on everyone's video, then you are in the drawing for that gift card. This YouTube hop happens every month, so by all means join us the first Monday of every month if you are new to this kind of a tradition with us. But it is very popular. It gets lots of comments, a lot of people talking, and there is tons of inspiration for you. So if you like card making, I know I've already seen some layouts. There's mini albums. I've seen a traveler's notebook layout already. So there's everyone, without even getting assigned to do something different, we always all do something different, which is so fun about creatives on this design team. So thank you so much for joining me. Please consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and until next time, everyone, bye.